These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Adobe Firefly is the all-in-one creative studio with AI-powered image and video editing for today's creative process. Built for creators of every kind, Firefly helps you generate, edit, and experiment fast. Because the asks aren't getting smaller, the budgets aren't getting bigger, and the timelines, oh yeah, still tight. With all the best creative AI models in one place, Firefly brings your ideas to life. Unlock a better way to make with Adobe Firefly.
Hey weirdos, I'm Alaina.
I'm Ash.
And this is Morbid.
What? Parts, kid.
This is a two-parter for sure because there's just too much.
A two-part bummer.
A real bummer of an episode. We're going to be covering today the really, really tragic and awful case of Matthew Shepard. And this happened in 1998. Obviously, we're going to go into it in a minute, but I was like 13 years old at the time, so I remember this vividly when this happened.
Yeah, I was 3, so I don't remember it happening, but I do remember like learning about this in high school. And if you've ever seen the play The Laramie Project, that will ruin you.
Yeah.
So will this episode.
Yeah. And I think I was talking about it with John earlier, and he was like 15 or 16 at the time, so he was in the same kind of boat I was, where he remembers it like really vividly. And he kept saying to me, I just remember that one photo they kept showing of him, like it's like burned in my brain, that like it's this black and white, like kind of professional-ish kind of photo of him, and he just looks like really sweet and handsome,
like so
and just very like, he's just sweet. And it's just, and it like, this one's really gonna, this one's gonna be a tough one.
I think I'll probably end up crying at some point.
Yeah, I was I burst into tears at one point while I was researching it. So
I remember watching that play in my high school auditorium, like bawling my eyes out.
It's a tough one, and just to warn straight up ahead of time, there are a couple of parts in this podcast where I am going to have to be discussing hate speech. We're going to be, just going to be saying a word that can be a little triggering for people. I know it's triggering for me. I don't like the word.
Yeah, I hate this word, but it's important.
I think it's important that I read what this, the people who did this to Matt actually said, so you can really get a feel for how awful they are.
I agree.
I don't want to like censor it to take away from the brutality of what they say. But I will, before I say it, I'm going to say, hey, it's coming, just so you guys know, so it's not just like banging you in the face, because I know sometimes hearing certain words can be like, so I understand that, but just wanted to let you guys know. Before we jump into this case, we just wanted to quickly update on our show situation, because people have been asking, so we just wanted to give a quick update just to give you what we have so far.
So we'll just run through this quick, and then for Patreons asking, we are going to be shouting out some names at the end of this episode.
Yes.
So on August 11th, we are going to be at the Punchline Comedy Club in Philadelphia, but that's going to change.
Yeah, we will not be there August 11th.
Yeah, I always say we're going to be there, but that's just the kind of like placeholder date.
That's our placeholder date. That is going to be moved. So if you have tickets for the Philly show in August, it's going to be moved up again. Hold on to those tickets.
We're working on it. September 16th, we're going to be at the DC Improv in Washington, D.C.
So far, that's happening.
September 23rd, Zanies in Nashville, 2 shows going on there.
Let's hope we can get there in the fall, guys.
I know, seriously. September 24th, Stand Up Live in Huntsville, Alabama.
Alabama, we're coming for you regardless of when it is.
Regardless. October 11th, 2 shows at Talia Hall, Spooky in Chicago.
Come on, give us that spooky time date.
So excited. November 10th at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte.
November 11th at the Good Nights Comedy Club in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh, we're coming.
March 26th, yes, I remembered which number 3 represents this week at
Good
the
job.
Wilbur Theater in Boston.
And remember, buy tickets to that, guys. There's tickets left, and we want to pack that place out, because now we have all this time to prepare for it, so it's going to be a crazy show.
Oh my god, I literally can't wait. And then, last but not least, we are going to have a show on January 27th at Comedy Works South in Greenwood Village, Colorado.
We are. So Denver or Colorado, we are coming for you.
I know. I always want to say Denver when I talk about Colorado.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like the first thing I think of. But
It's
Colorado, we're coming for you January 27th.
Let's get it.
All right. So I'm going to start the case. So everybody hold on to your butts.
With extra care.
Yes. October 7th, 1998. Aaron Kreifels was only 19 years old, and he was a student.
Mm-hmm.
He's just riding his mountain bike near what is currently Pilot Peak and Snowy View Roads in Laramie, Wyoming. The street names were changed shortly after Matthew's murder.
That sounds like such a peaceful place, and
Right?
it's like to find something so horrifying.
Yeah. See, so they're Pilot Peak and Snowy View Roads now.
Mm-hmm.
And also the fence that is involved in this case is no longer there.
Good. It
So you
shouldn't
can't
be.
go. Nobody can go look at it or anything.
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, but you just never know. I
That's
just
true.
wanted to tell people, don't go look for it. You can't. So initially, Aaron had hit something with his bike, and he had flown like over the handlebars and onto the ground.
Oh, geez.
And so he got up. He's like dusting himself off, and he just looks around really quick, and he notices something kind of flopped against the fence.
Mm-hmm.
This area was surrounded by buck fences, which are fences. Everybody's seen one for sure. It's fences built with like wooden posts that are placed in an X, and then the other posts are kind of laid against it.
Yep.
It's like what you kind of see in like Western movies and stuff. It's like that fence that you
I just
picture.
think of Tom Sawyer when I think of fences.
It's not that fence at all.
It's not, but I
No.
just think of that.
But it's like what you would see in like a Western movie or like in the prairie.
Yeah.
It's just the kind of fence.
When you're just stumbling through the prairie.
Yeah, like a tumbleweed's gonna blow by. Like that's
There you
what
go.
you think of.
Yeah.
So Aaron saw something crumpled along the fence near him, and when he first noticed it, he assumed it was a Halloween prop.
Mm-hmm.
He thought it was a scarecrow someone had put out there to scare people. And honestly, he was like, shit, it was scary. So he's like, I had to take a harder look, because I was like, ooh, that's like a scary prop. He takes a harder look, and he sees that it was covered in blood and dirt,
Mm-hmm.
and not fake blood or fake dirt.
So he's like starting to get some
So, yeah.
senses here.
So now he says he saw real hair. And then he saw that the scarecrow was slightly breathing.
Oh my god.
And he said he could see the chest moving up and down very slowly and very labored, but it was moving nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
So he realized it was a human being. And he immediately called police.
Right.
Now, Officer Reggie Flutie was the first officer on scene, and she is a fucking legend.
Really?
Legend. This woman made me want to hug her.
Oh.
Like, her interviews are so genuine, and she was so selfless in her care of Matthew at the scene. In the documentary, which I recommend everybody watch, it'll just, like, it touches your soul.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Matt Shepard is a Friend of Mine.
Oh my gosh.
In this documentary, Reggie explains what happened when she arrived, and it goes like this. So she said she couldn't drive all the way up to the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Because she said it was like hard terrain, so she drove as far as she could, and then she walked all the way, or really ran, because when she saw him, and she immediately, which I'll talk about in a second, she thought this was a younger child when she first saw him. So she said she went on foot, she ran all the way back to him. He was on his back with his hands tied behind his back and then tied to the fence.
Ugh.
And she said blood was absolutely everywhere. She said he had clearly been brutally beaten. She couldn't even see facial features. She said the one thing she could see, and this is like, this part really got to me.
What?
The one thing she could see is that on both of his cheeks, the only place that there wasn't blood were the trails where his tears had washed it away.
Oh my God.
And she said, like, she literally said there were 2 trails where tears had just streamed down his face and washed it clean.
You would never be the same again after stumbling upon that.
No. And she said and somebody asked her in the documentary, you know, you've seen photos of Matt now. Did he look like,
No,
could you
of
tell
course
that
not.
was him? And she said, absolutely not. He looked deformed.
How do you do that to somebody?
Oh, you'll find out. So now one thing that also made me like tear up about her interview was that she said when she walked up, after noticing Matt, she noticed a big deer lying like near him. And she said it was like in a bush a little bit, but like laying
taking
down.
care of him?
And she said this deer didn't run away as she ran up to Matt. And she said she just watched me slowly. And she goes, and then she slowly stood up and trotted away.
Because she was like, okay, help us come.
And she said, so Flutie said this made her feel good because she said he wasn't alone. And hopefully he knew that this doe
deer
was
was
there.
there.
And she said she felt like this doe was like looking over him until someone came.
Wow.
Yeah. So she said the first thing she thought of was that due to his stature, he must have been about 12 years old. Mm-hmm. Like, she was literally like, this is a little boy.
Right.
In reality, Matthew was 21 years old, but he was small.
Mm-hmm.
He was about barely 5'3",
Really?
which is barely taller than me.
Yeah.
And everyone's always commenting, like, Alaina's like the
you're a
smallest thing
peanut.
ever. He was barely taller than me. And I think he was at his most, he was like 110 pounds.
Right.
Like, he's a very tiny dude. So she called for backup and then and they obviously all took it very seriously because they thought they were dealing with a legitimate child at this point, which is probably good, I guess, that they thought he was a child because it got everybody moving a little faster. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they wouldn't have moved fast, but
it worked out how it should have.
Yeah, it puts up the little red alerts.
Right.
So while waiting for backup to arrive, Flutie said she just went into life-saving mode, and she was like, I just wanted to keep Matt alive as long as I could so he could get to the hospital.
Right.
Like, I wanted to make sure when he was with me, he was alive. So she also was very concerned with him not feeling like he was alone.
Yeah.
And she kept saying, I wanted him to know that I was there and that I was there to help him. So she kept being like, I'm here. You're not alone. I'm here with you now.
Good.
I'm here. And
he deserved that. Anybody does.
Right? And so she threw on the last pair of medical gloves provided by her sheriff's department. And she started clearing away Matt's airways of blood. Because there was just blood in his nose and his throat.
Everywhere.
He was gurgling on it. So she said she just was trying to get the blood out so he could get anything out of there. Well, the gloves were faulty. And they started breaking.
Uh-huh.
And she didn't care. She just kept going with her bare hands.
Good for her.
So she kept going anyways, cleared his airways of all the blood that had built up. Mm-hmm. And she had cuts on her hands because she had built a shed the day before because she's just like a superwoman.
She's just doing everything.
And she wasn't even concerned with her own well-being. She was just, she just
wanted
helped
to save
Matt.
his life.
She just helped him. Like, she's legit a hero.
Because that's what you're supposed to do as a first responder. I mean, that's above and beyond, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's like, I wish all people were like that.
But to have that mentality of just like altruism, like,
I'll do anything.
I'm doing what I have to do to keep this person alive.
Right.
Now, we'll back up all the way back to December 1st, 1976 in Casper, Wyoming,
Is that his birthday?
when Matthew Wayne Shepard was born to Judy and Dennis Shepard. He had a younger brother named Logan, who he was very close to.
Mm-hmm.
They were total opposites, I guess.
Really?
Logan was tall, he was athletic, but he was also a bit of an introvert.
Uh-huh.
And Matt was very tiny, not athletic at all, and loved to be around people.
Really?
But they balanced each other really well, and they just got along.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, in, like, the documentaries I was watching, there's a lot of, like, home videos. And they just have, like, this cute brother relationship where, like, Logan's the little brother who's always wanting to be around Matt. Like, it's just really cute.
I always love that.
Yeah. So his mother said that when Matt was little, he loved to do creative things. He was always writing. He was always, like, acting. He was very, like,
theatrical.
Yeah. And he loved to write poetry. So he would write poetry for the neighbors and leave the poems in their mailboxes.
Stop.
And then I guess I think it was like his grandfather or something was like a postmaster and told him like technically you have to put a stamp on it because it's illegal. Like,
he's like,
you
Grandpa,
really can't do
I'm being philanthropic.
Yeah, he's like, I'm 6, just let me do it. So he was like, okay, cool. I'll just find beautiful rocks and I'll leave these people beautiful rocks. So it'll make their day. So his mother was like, yeah, so he just like left them beautiful
clearly
rocks.
an empath of the highest degree.
Oh yeah. And then his mother also said it took him a long time, which we'll get into, to come out to anyone.
Right.
Including his closest friends, his family, anyone. I think
Think
even
about
to
the
himself,
time,
to be
even.
honest. But his mother said she knew from a very young age that he was gay.
Moms know.
Yeah, moms just know. And she says in one of the interviews, she's like, I know this seems very like stereotypical and I hope I'm not being like, she's like, I hope I'm not like being cliche here or like offending anyone. But she said his favorite Halloween costume was Dolly Parton.
That's incredible.
And she was like, he was her many times for Halloween. And then he would dress up like not on Halloween as her.
Oh my God.
And she was like, and obviously that doesn't like make you gay. But she was like, but it definitely made me think like maybe, it could be a possibility.
Right.
So like I said, Matt was very small in stature. I mentioned he was like 5'3". At the time of his murder, he was like only like barely 101 pounds. He was tiny. So he wasn't athletic, and he did get teased a bit when he was younger, like just normal stuff, but he didn't seem to have any real problems getting people to see his like sweet and caring personality.
He was a good person.
He would win people over a lot.
Right.
His family says he was actually elected peer counselor in school, and he made friends very easily. In fact, he was voted friendliest in his high school class.
There you go.
So he definitely like he was a charmer. He was sweet. He was
People
caring.
obviously liked him.
Yeah, people said he just cared a lot about people, and he loved like he's one of those people who thrived on being around people. So his friends said he enjoyed acting in all the school plays. He was really interested in politics. That was something he got really interested in from a young age too. And he loved to read the newspaper. He was a big newspaper kid. So like he could like keep up with adults, with like current events, news, politics. Like he was like up on it.
That's awesome.
And he had big dreams of getting out of Casper, Wyoming and being something great, but he wanted to help people too. That was like
his like big
part
thing.
of his plan. And again, he was really informed. So he had like all of the tools to do it. And in fact, one of his dreams was either he wanted to be famous for something, and which unfortunately later everybody was like, well, Matt always wanted to be famous. Like his friends were like, this is not the way we wanted him to be famous. But he also wanted to be like a diplomat and like really make change.
Good. I love that.
So noble. Now,
well, and in a way, I guess he did.
He very much informed change and like created. He created new legislation.
Obviously, not in the way that he wanted to, but
no. But luckily, something came out of it.
Right.
So the family had their sons. They attended public school in Casper until Matt's junior year of high school, which was in 1994.
Okay.
So in 1994, Dennis, who's Matt's father, got a job as an oil rig inspector with a Saudi Arabian company.
Oh, wow.
So he moved the family to Saudi Arabia. Now, they said, this was his senior year of high school.
That stinks.
But it didn't, though.
Okay.
Because, first of all, the parents, I'm like, kudos to you. They were like, we wanted them to see more than Wyoming. And we wanted them to... And they were like, we also wanted them to see more than the United States.
Right.
We wanted them to see other cultures.
The world.
We wanted them to be worldly and appreciate other people for their differences and we wanted to make them try to work through the hard, the culture shock that you get by living somewhere else. We wanted them to figure out how to deal with it.
Well, it seems like because of like who Matt was, he'd be pretty down to do that.
And he thrived.
I could
really
see that
well.
happening.
So for his senior year of high school, he actually attended the American school in Switzerland, which is a boarding school.
Okay.
Because Saudi Arabia didn't have any American high schools at that point. Matt loved it there. Like, loved it.
Really?
He had tons of friends. He ended up telling his mother that he met the best people he would ever meet in his life at that boarding school.
Oh my God, I love that.
He made like lifelong, like they were friends afterwards. I mean, he had amazing experiences. At this point, he still wasn't out. Like, he was not out to his friends. People knew, though. Like, his friends were like, I knew. I've been around him. Like, I've spent so much time with him. I mean, like, one of my best friends, like, when she finally told me, my reaction was like, I know. And I was like, I just wanted you to feel comfortable telling me.
Can we still get pizza?
I literally said, like, can we go get pizza now?
I remember when I told you that I was going on a date with Annie, you were like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I was like, awesome.
Like, that's great. Tell me how it
I
goes.
feel like when you're close to someone, sometimes you know before they're willing to tell you.
Right.
And it's just one of those things you have to let them tell you.
And they're, you don't push somebody.
Yeah, never try to force someone. Just wait until they feel good about it, and they'll tell you eventually.
Right.
If they feel safe with you.
If you're supposed to know, you're gonna know.
If they feel safe enough to tell you, they'll tell you. So his friends knew, but he was obviously not out. And this boarding school that they went to had this thing where they like to send kids to like different countries and different places for like almost like an abroad kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they just wanted them to like broaden their views, get new experiences. That's what it was all about.
So he was like abroad, going abroad.
Exactly. So Matt and his friends chose Morocco. Even though the school was a bit hesitant because of safety concerns, because it just wasn't like, it didn't seem like the safest place to just send a bunch of like American teens over.
Right.
So unfortunately, something terrible did happen there.
Oh, really?
Now, his friends say that everything was going well. They were loving it. They were trying to be as safe as possible, staying in groups. But Matt knocked on their friend's door at 2 a.m. one night, screaming.
Oh, no.
And so they open the door and they're like, what is going on? And he's shirtless, he's shoeless, and he's screaming and sobbing. And when he was able to speak to them, he had he said, and let me just preface this, trigger warning, rape. So just know that there's that. When he was able to speak to them, he said, I went out to take a walk just to like, cool my thoughts.
Yeah.
And just kind of like, and he said when he was on his way back to the hotel, he was just pulled into an alley by 6 men who robbed him and raped him.
Oh my God.
His friends said, obviously this incredibly horrific violation changed him completely as a person.
Obviously.
His mother said he really retreated into himself. He didn't want to tell anyone else. Like they said he came back to school and he was like haunted.
That's like a horrific experience. And that's not even like a good word for it. It's like there is no word for
nightmare.
That. Right.
And people said that like he was even, I think his mother said something along the lines of like, he even took on the posture of a victim.
Oh,
like
really?
he slumped over and he kind of like hid himself into himself.
Like a
which she said,
thing.
which she said was totally not Matt.
Yeah.
And so that was a really, really, really traumatizing and awful thing that happened to him.
Prime presents Perfect Pairings. What pairs with Reacher on Prime? Reaching for a sparkling punch delivered with Prime. It's an unbelievable feeling when you're enjoying a punch. At the same time, Reacher is enjoying punching people. Wow, he's still punching people. Entertainment meets fast delivery. It's on Prime.
He had, again, at this point, still hadn't come out to anyone, really. He was very much closeted. He came out to his mother his freshman year of college at Catawba College in Salisbury, North Carolina. His mom handled it with total love and acceptance.
Good. I love that.
Which he was worried about, I guess, before. He had told the guidance counselor, like, I'm worried my parents will just, like, totally disown me.
I think even when you know what your parents' reaction is going to be, like, there's always a hesitancy
I'm
there.
sure.
Is that a word? Hesitancy?
Yeah, sure. And also, this is... Wyoming is not, like, known as being, like, super you know, I mean, they're like
Especially
somewhat
back
conservative.
then. Yeah, it wasn't very progressive.
But they're really not known for being like super like anti, you know what I mean? Like that's not something they're really, I think they have like, their motto is something like live and let live or something like that. But I think it's
motto.
but I think they're, one of the people I saw in one of the documentaries was like, I think the live and let live is like, I'm going to live and you can live, but like live way over there.
And like don't tell me about it.
Don't let me see you living. So I think it's a little bit
really
of
let
that.
live.
Yeah. So I think he was a little, you just don't know.
Right.
You don't know. And I think his dad was a real like dude's dude. So I think he was a little worried that he might be like disappointing him in some way or something.
I remember like it's not the same time as right now. It was like different time.
For sure. So he tells his mom. His mom's totally fine. Just tells him, "I love you, Matt. I don't care."
It doesn't change anything.
Yeah, it doesn't change the fact that you're my son and I love you. And so I guess Matt was like, you know, let me tell Dad. Don't tell him. I want to tell him. So his mom was like, I promise I won't. And then she was like, and then I immediately told his dad because she said not to be a dick.
Right.
She was like, I did it because I know sometimes people can react in the moment. And she was like, I didn't want him to say something to Matt that he couldn't take back later.
Right.
Just in the moment.
Just say something, the wrong thing.
Yeah. She was like, I just didn't want him blindsided because she was like, I didn't know what the reaction was. And he could say something just off the cuff that would be very damaging.
Even without meaning to.
Exactly. It could be very damaging without him intending it.
You could say like the smallest thing to somebody when they come out to you and it could be taken the wrong way or
exactly
just, you know.
And that's why she was like, so I told him just so like he would have a buffer.
I kind of like that.
Which
I do
was
love
smart.
that she did that.
I think that was a good like mom move.
She was protecting her son.
That's a good mom move.
That's a mama.
She was like protecting both of them. She was protecting, you know, she was protecting their relationship.
That's a matriarch right there.
That is good for Judy. So he tells his mom and his dad, or he tells his dad, and his dad literally said that he was like, Dad, I have something really important to tell you. And he said, I'm gay. And Dennis was like, okay. And then he was like, what's the really important thing you had to tell me?
I love that.
And he said the same thing.
Right.
He was like, you're my son.
Right.
That's all that matters. You're my son. You're Matt.
You're
That's
a human
all I care
being.
about. Which is like, that couldn't have gone better.
No, that's the perfect way for it to go.
And I think this gave him a lot of like super, you know, sorry if you're going to hear a squeaky chair, guys. But I got to move my butt.
I got to readjust actually too.
So I think this gave him a lot of confidence now to feel like, okay, this was the big hurdle. And now I can start trying to be a little more open
and
about
maybe
this.
it kind of brought him back to life a little bit to know that he was accepted.
Oh, I think it definitely did, because then he started coming out to a couple of friends, like very close friends. He was still very like concerned about it being like super.
Yeah.
But he moved to Denver for about a year. And he kind of slid back a little. He went through, this was only for about a year, but he went through some severe periods of depression.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense based on everything that he had gone through.
Yeah, I think he was still very much reeling from that experience. And at one point, so they said like, you know, friends would show up and he'd just be like on the couch for days. They couldn't get a hold of him.
That makes me so sad.
But then he'd go through periods of being like Matt.
Really high highs
being, like,
and low
super
lows.
high highs, super low lows. And they all kind of like knew he was obviously going through something.
Right. To be expected.
And he was Episcopalian, and his family was. And they were very involved in like church and everything. And he went to a church at one point that was near his home. It wasn't an Episcopalian church. But he went in there and he asked whoever was there, you know, I'm having trouble. I'm struggling with like being gay. I'm having trouble with it. I'm having trouble telling people.
Right.
Just make me feel better
what do I
about
do?
this. And whoever it was in there basically told him like it was a sin and you're going to burn in hellfire.
Cool.
And, like you're
So are you.
disgusting. And basically treated him like a diamond. And this person, like, it just shook his core.
That makes me so mad.
Because he cared about the church. And he was like,
Right.
to have somebody from a church where it's supposed to be the safe place, where,
Right.
like sanctuary. It's supposed to be a sanctuary. And he's going in there being like, please just tell me that it's okay, that I'm okay.
If you're not affected by somebody else being gay. It
No.
does literally nothing to
Nothing.
you. So like,
Nothing.
why is me loving who I love going to make me go to hell? Like that
Exactly.
doesn't make sense.
It does. And not one person on this earth will ever convince me that they have
Otherwise.
any business being involved in somebody else's relationships.
Right.
So that bummed him out. But then he transferred to the University of Wyoming as a political science major.
Okay.
He really thrived here.
Really?
So he went there. He immediately got involved in stuff on campus. His friend Jim Osborne said in the Matt Shepard is a Friend of Mine doc that Matt immediately created a mentoring program for the school to help new students.
I love that.
Particularly LGBTQ students. So he was very invested in just helping them transition into the school.
Right.
Giving them a place where they could feel like comfort. He seemed to really settle in. He was really feeling good mentally, emotionally. He stated to several people only weeks and days before his murder that he was finally feeling safe in Wyoming.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, October 6th, 1998, Matt had met with the LGBTQ group at the University of Wyoming, and they were planning a celebration for the upcoming Gay Awareness Week. They were, like, planning a bunch of events because he was part of this whole thing.
Right.
Very exciting, and they're on their way home. He decides he wants to stop and have a drink at the Fireside Bar.
Okay.
And he went around 8 or 9, and he was like, does anyone else want to come with me? And they were all like, no, we have to, like, run and go, we have to, study.
Prepare.
We have to go to sleep. We have to do this. Not everybody had an excuse. And so he was like, all right, well, I'm just going to stop and have a beer. And so he stops around 8 or 9, and he's just sitting there. I think the bartender said he, like, just came up to the bar, had a beer, just sat and, like, just chatted with him a little bit. It was very just, like,
Just
chill.
living his own life.
And he said he had seen him before come in by himself and, like, just sit and have a drink, and then he would just go home.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like
It's a very
big
normal
deal.
thing.
So around 10 or 11 p.m., two straight-up monsters, 21-year-old Russell Henderson and 21-year-old Aaron McKinney walked into the bar.
Okay.
They were roofers. They were, like, very sporadic with their work. The bartender said they bought a pitcher with dimes and nickels.
Oh.
And the bartender was like, I was really hoping they didn't have any more dimes and nickels because I did
Right.
not want to deal with that again. So he was like, I was really hoping they were just going to leave after this.
Right.
But the undersheriff, Rob Debris, and Sheriff Dave O'Malley both describe Aaron McKinney as someone who got in trouble a lot. Was basically just a straight up asshole.
A
Like,
degenerate.
everyone just knew him as a dick.
Yeah.
Russell
Great.
was quiet and was a follower.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And McKinney had recently had a baby, a son,
Are you kidding
with
me?
his girlfriend and had dropped out of high school. He was known, again, as an asshole who liked to fight. He had already been in trouble for burglarizing a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
What?
And making off with $2,500.
Wow. Kentucky Fried Chicken's doing well.
Right? And
Okay.
he was also spent time in a juvenile detention center, like 3 months or something like that, for stealing from a cash register.
Too bad he didn't get stuck there.
Yeah. And he was actually waiting for a sentence from the Kentucky Fried Chicken theft.
Was he?
Yep. And when he was arrested for this, and he was also openly homophobic and racist.
If you're homophobic at all or racist, but to be open about it is like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He was a straight up asshole.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, so much.
Like,
There's so
what?
much wrong with this dude. So Russell Henderson was a high school dropout with a ton of DUIs and driving offenses.
Oh,
but
good.
he started out as a junior high honors student.
What
And
happened?
Very well-rounded kid. Apparently lived with his grandparents at one point and was, like, super respectful, helpful. Even neighbors were like, he was a good kid.
So, like,
I
don't be a
understand.
follower.
And that's the thing. People are like, I can't see him doing this. Like, they
Well,
were
he
like,
did.
and then they're like, I can't see him leading this.
Right.
Like, and so people were like, I know he's, like, really, he gets led astray. And it's like, okay, that's all well and good. But, like, you have to be, there has to be some evil in you if you're
you
going to
can sit there
follow
and watch
someone to
this.
the depths of this. Like, I'm sorry. We've all been in situations where I'm sure we followed a crowd.
Yeah.
In, like, junior high and stuff like that, like, done something that we're like,
You're not proud
I
of.
probably shouldn't have done that. 'Cause
Right.
I just followed along with the popular kids.
But not this.
But you don't fucking murder someone. If you're murdering someone, then you wanted to. That's just the end of it. So, people who knew him did say he never expressed hatred for gay people or bigotry of any kind. But again, he was a true follower. He
was
didn't
gonna
have
say.
an original fucking thought of his own.
Well, and
he
it was
just went.
obviously there if he did what he did.
Yeah, he just, and honestly, ignorance is not an excuse.
No.
It's just not. Now, they both said that they saw, the two of them, Russell and Aaron, they saw Matt and they thought he must have money. Like, just obviously.
And we only have nickels and dimes.
Exactly. And they knew he was gay. And so they said they went into the bathroom and they discussed it. They were going to act like they were gay and they were going to rob him.
Okay.
Which is like, really?
To pay for like another pitcher?
Exactly. So, and it's like...
Why don't you just like consecutively fix roofs instead of doing it here and there?
Well, and also like just... I hate people who steal.
Right, like just get a job.
Well, and it's like not even that. It's not even like just get a job because sometimes it's hard to get a job.
Yeah.
But like...
But don't steal.
Don't steal from other people. Like, this is just, like, that's not right. I hate people who steal.
Well, and I honestly think that if they had said, like, hey, buddy, can we, like, grab $10? Matt probably would have given it to them.
Honestly, and we will find out that they don't really have to do anything for him to give up his wallet.
Right.
He literally gives it up.
Right.
He offers it to them. So, they figured, they're going to pretend they're gay. They're going to lure him out of the bar. And the bartender remembers them all leaving together. Mm-hmm. He said, I saw Matt and them talking. He said, I thought it was a little weird because when they came up to order the pitcher, Matt was at the bar and they never interacted.
Right.
But then all of a sudden they were talking. So he's like, they obviously didn't know each other. But then they just started talking. So he's like, all right, they walked out together. And the bartender was like, that was the last time most people saw Matt alive.
Right.
Now, so they drive away. And they drive away in Aaron's truck. Russell is driving, which is like, good job, because Russell's the one with all the DUIs and the driving offenses, but like definitely have him drive.
You're dumb.
You're an idiot. And I think it's Aaron's father's truck, actually, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's they borrowed the truck from one of their fathers. Mm-hmm. So Aaron McKinney said to Matthew in the car, out of nowhere, he just said, we're not gay and you're getting jacked. So,
like, what?
He also tried to claim later, which no one believes, that Matt tried to, like, grab his leg.
It's like, no.
And it's like, no, it just didn't happen. It's like, come on. Like, and I believe later they, like, recanted that and said it didn't happen. I think they were trying to use, which we're going to get very far into later, the gay panic defense, which didn't work.
That's just insane to me.
He then started, as soon as he said, like, you're getting jacked, he then just starts to assault Matt and try to get his wallet. Mm-hmm. So Matt just hands him his wallet.
Right.
It's literally like, here you go. Gives it. Aaron admits in his confession, because the police are like, did he give you, like, did you have to take the wallet by force? And he's like, no, he just gave it to me.
Right, so
like,
then, like, what
so why
were
did you keep hitting him? Like, what are you doing? And so he just kept going. So he's hitting Matt with the butt of a .357 Magnum revolver.
Oh my God.
And he was just hitting him over and over and over, like psychotic.
Right.
Now, this is when they pull off into an isolated area, like in the prairie, basically. They drive out to that fence. They dragged Matt out of the truck. Mm-hmm. And after a struggle, which they could tell that Matt struggled a lot. There were evidence that he tried to run,
right,
and that they got him. Evidence that they dragged him and he ran away.
God.
It's awful. And I mean, everybody, like, this gets worse. So just like, it's a really bad case, guys. So Aaron told Russell, go get some rope in the truck and we're going to tie him to the fence.
Like, why though?
There's no reason.
I don't understand.
And so he had a length of rope in his truck. Russell went and got it. Russell, apparently, according to Aaron, tied him to the fence. Mm-hmm. Also tied his hands behind his back. And Russell is just a little lemming. And just literally everything. So according to Aaron as well, Russell didn't hit Matthew.
Yeah, but he didn't stop him, so he's just as bad.
He didn't stop him, and he also at one point claims that Russell was giggling, like found it funny.
Yeah, so he's gross as well.
And I will say Aaron does not throw him under the bus for hitting him.
Right.
So, but he does tie him to the fence, and he ties his arms, and he does nothing to stop this.
Right.
So once he's tied to the fence, Aaron starts beating him again and again and again while he's tied.
So he can't do anything.
And with the butt of the revolver, he said he also used his fists a couple of times. Once he was satisfied, he had the wallet and he stole his shoes.
What? Like, why?
Yeah. Now, all in all, according to the autopsy, there were 18 hits to his head and face with the butt of the revolver.
Yeah.
There were 4 skull fractures.
Oh my God.
And what ended up being the fatal blow was behind his right ear, where they had caved in his skull and crushed it so badly that it crushed his brainstem.
Oh my God.
Which your brainstem is like all your
Vital.
major functions.
Right.
So they crushed it. They didn't totally kill it, basically.
But
which is why he ended up
deeply affected.
living slightly. I say quote unquote living.
Right.
This blow also tore his ear, like, almost completely off.
Oh my God. And for no reason.
And this is not robbery.
No.
This is not robbery. You are, first of all.
That's a hate crime.
He gave you
His
the
wallet.
He gave you the
And
wallet.
you said so.
And you stole his shoes. You could just leave. There's
Right.
to brutally hit someone that hard, you have pure hatred for them.
And for no reason that affects you at all.
No, none. Now, Matt was left tied to that fence, bleeding and going in and out of unconsciousness in the freezing cold Wyoming winter, because this is October.
Oh my God.
Freezing cold.
It's the middle of the
and
night.
in the middle of the night, it goes down below freezing
Right.
sometimes. For 18 hours.
Because it was so secluded.
Yeah.
Thank God that guy was riding his bike the next day.
Temps literally dipped below freezing.
Right.
And he was
So
out there in just wearing, normal clothes.
Regular clothes.
With no shoes. And bleeding profusely.
Mm-hmm.
This is when Officer Reggie Flutie arrived on the scene, like
Right.
we talked about in the beginning. Now, when we left her, she was using her bare hands to clear Matt's airways of blood.
Right. Bad bitch alert.
This just shows her complete altruism.
Right.
Just jumping into action without regard for anything.
herself,
Just,
yeah.
I'm going to save this guy. Like, more people just need to have that kind of just
Mentality.
compassion for another human being. And for a stranger. Just a complete stranger. She didn't know him.
Right.
So when Sheriff Dave O'Malley arrived on the scene, he said there was blood spattered in a 50-foot radius.
Oh my God.
And he said there were drag marks all over the ground where, like we said, Matt had clearly tried to escape and been dragged back several times.
Mm-hmm.
In a book called Unfinished Lives, Reviving the Memories of LGBTQ Hate Crimes, it's by Stephen Sprinkle.
Mm-hmm.
Officer O'Malley, or Sheriff O'Malley, said it was the worst crime scene he had ever witnessed in his entire career.
Yeah, I could believe it.
And this is very interesting. This I found like, wow. He also said, quote, "I was a rotten son of a bitch when it came to dealing with gay issues. I had preconceived ideology that I grew up with, hearing it from my father and friends. The jokes we used to tell and the things we used to say." And then he said, after seeing Matt, quote, "My eyes opened up. I didn't realize how a hate crime affects all gays, not just an individual.
Right.
Matt's friends were scared to death. Some left town as a result of what happened. Some transferred to other schools. They knew if it could happen to him, it could happen to anybody. All kinds of people get killed every day. But I'm not afraid to walk down to the liquor store and buy a six-pack as some of these people were. It's absurd that it took something this tragic for it to hit me."
Wow. But at least it did hit him.
Good for him for admitting that.
To admit that is huge.
And to just be like, it took this horrific, the worst crime scene I've ever seen in my entire career, which is a lengthy career at this point. It took that for me to not look at all gay people and be like, gross.
Right.
Like that, and for him to admit that, that's pretty great.
That's huge.
And it shows that it's okay to tweak your
thoughts,
your outlook on the world.
It's called growth.
Exactly. It's okay to sit there and go, well, shit.
I was wrong.
I looked at this situation for how long, and I looked at it this way because I was taught this way, or I just looked at it this way, and this is what I believed. It's okay to learn information or absorb a situation and then go, whoa, I gotta switch this.
Because it's like it's unlearning hate. Because hate is a learned behavior.
And I feel like a lot of people feel like they can't do that, and it's like,
no, you can't.
No, you're allowed to do that.
You should, actually.
It's being a decent human being to evolve and to like. You should be evolving with the world, and you should be evolving your way of thinking.
Things change all the time.
So it's like, guys, do that.
Right.
Do it.
Right.
So, meanwhile, McKinney and Henderson went back into town after they left Matthew tied to this fence and
just didn't
unconscious.
give a single fuck.
At this point, they were asked later, like, did you think he was dead? And McKinney's like, yeah, I figured he was probably dead.
And he was like, he just didn't care.
Oh, he literally said,
he
he was like, I
didn't care.
literally didn't give a shit. Like, I don't care. So he was like, yeah, I figured he was dead.
To
like,
just
bye.
go about your night after that.
Oh, well, guess what they do? So they go back into town and they pick a fight with two Mexican-American teens.
Good.
Yeah. The teens were Emiliano Morales and Jeremy Herrera, both 18 years old. They both said that these two assholes just jumped them on the street.
Because they just weren't done with their night of fucking terror yet.
And Morales was hit in the head with the revolver.
The same one.
Yeah, the same one. and ended up needing 21 staples in his head.
Whoa.
And that's when his friend Jeremy hit Aaron with a stick to get him off of him. Because he was like, what the fuck?
Get the fuck out of
here. And
here.
then they ran away. Well, McKinney ended up with a hairline fracture that night from getting hit with the stick.
Uh-huh.
And he had a hairline fracture in his skull and was brought to the hospital. Police questioned. They were like, I know you're bleeding, but like, why do you have that much blood on you?
Right.
And they were like, what the fuck is that? Because it was soaking his clothing. And he was just like, oh yeah, it's from my own head. I just bleed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just like, okay.
Not that much.
And in reality, it was mostly Matthew's, obviously.
Wow.
He was put in a room 4 doors down from where Matthew lay unconscious in a coma.
No.
Yeah.
No.
For a period of time that night, they were 4 doors away from each other.
Wow.
So Matthew was laying in a coma in one room, and his killer was laying 4 doors down, and they had no idea.
That's insane.
Isn't that unbelievable?
To go back and know that, it's like,
unbelievable.
wow. What are the fucking odds?
That's the thing. And it's like, and knowing now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure if just as his parents, I keep thinking of like, because I'm going to get into, his parents coming back and everything, probably in part 2, I think, because we're going to end this in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think of his parents now knowing that information and knowing, like, while you were trying to get to your son, who was laying in a coma after being beaten for no reason whatsoever, and then tied to a fence for 18 hours alone while you had no idea.
Right.
Then you have to sit there and know that for a period of time while
He
you
was
weren't
right
there,
there,
he was 4 doors away from the man who did that to him, and that no one knew.
Mm-mm.
And it's like, huh.
That's like the Cindy Hindi thing.
It honestly, it blows my...
Like the rarity of that is like
that.
bananas.
Like, when does that happen?
Right.
When does that happen?
That's like we always say, like when you're watching a movie and you're like, okay, like that was a little overboard.
Exactly. And it's like, but this is the reality of the situation.
Right.
It's insane. And I think I am going to end part 1 here.
Wow.
Matt is now in the hospital. He is in a coma. And McKinney and Henderson are not caught yet.
Wow.
So we are going to stop part 1 here.
Okay.
Give you guys a little bit of a
breather.
Because part 2 is pretty rough too. So
yeah.
I think everybody needs to be like, whew.
To take a minute.
Yeah, and I suggest anybody wanting more information, definitely read, I'll link it in the show notes. His mother, Judy, wrote a book. Matt Shepard is a friend of mine, is a great movie to watch. It has everybody who was close to him talking about him. It's just like really like touching.
Like a celebration.
It's like very heart-wrenching at times, but it's
I believe
like
it.
beautiful at the same time. Definitely watch those, but you're in luck because part 2 is going to be coming out on Sunday. So only in about 2 days. So you don't have a long time to wait. I won't make you wait like a week for part 2. We're going to give you part 2 right away. So I hope everybody is feeling okay right now.
And I hope maybe you took something away from this.
I hope
so
you
far.
did, because you know what? It's Pride Month, and
that's the whole point of us doing this.
Yeah, and we need to celebrate, but we also need to be aware of what the LGBTQ plus community is dealing with every day. So hopefully this is going to inspire someone to change their way of thinking, maybe.
I hope so.
So,
all right. Well, we're going to thank our Patreons.
Yay.
Weird segue. Sorry.
We're going to take a quick right turn to like a happy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So number 1 is Margaret Connett.
Margaret Connett, you're on it.
Ooh, girl. Next is James Perea.
James Perea. I can't wait to see you.
I can't wait to see you. Next, we have a Madonna. Ooh, Erin. She's like our 5th Patreon. That's Erin, and it's just Erin.
I love it. Erin's so hot right now.
Next, we have Morgan Elizabeth.
Morgan Elizabeth, you are the Tizabeth.
That's my favorite. Yeah, you're my favorite. Next is Janine Payne.
Janine Payne, you're not a pain.
You're not a pain in my neck.
You're not.
Next is Grace Hanger.
Grace Hanger, you hang her in there because you're the best.
Hang her in there. Then we have Megan Harmeyer.
Megan Harmeyer, you rock.
You rock my socks. Then, I'm sorry if I mess up your last name. I'm going to look at this for 1 more second. Chris Morags.
Chris Morags?
Yeah.
Give me Morags. Thanks, Chris. You're awesome.
Thank you.
You rule.
Our next one is another Madonna.
Ooh.
Allison. And it's Allison with a Y.
Ooh, Allison with a Y. So hot right now.
So hot right now. Then we have Cattery, I think, Cisneros.
Cattery Cisneros. That's an amazing name.
Yeah.
And you're the best, and we're really sorry if we said it wrong.
We love you, Cattery Cisneros.
Love you.
I'm going to do 2 more Patreons.
Ooh, who will it be?
Trisha Bell.
Trisha Bell, you ring my bell.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding. And then last but certainly not least is Danny B.
Danny B. You're an
Danny
A+
B.
in my book.
You're an A++ in my book.
Thanks, Danny.
Well, as always, guys, you can find us on Instagram at
Morbid Podcast.
Hit us up on Twitter.
A Morbid Podcast.
Send us a Gmail. Please, 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 please send all your listener tales to the Gmail account, which is
with the subject listener tales, and then whatever fun thing you decide to write, because those are really funny.
Yes.
morbidpodcast@gmail.com.
And we hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
Keep
it weird.
But not so weird that you're a giant asshole and you walk into a bar and kill somebody for no reason, because that really just makes me want to punch you directly in the face, but I wouldn't do that because I'm too nice. Bye.
I'd punch you, so.
Yeah, I'd make her do it.
But don't be that weird.